Does the idea of forming an LLC scare you? If so, this is the video for you. I'll be showing you how to form an LLC using Taylor Brands, the revolutionary business building platform. We'll be covering how to create an entity for your business step by step. Also, this video is sponsored by Taylor Brands. So let's start off by covering what is an LLC. This is simply a type of business structure. These legal entities are created for various reasons, but the main one is to separate out your personal expenses versus your business-related expenses, as well as income. Let's say you have a side hustle making $100 a month, and over the course of a year, that grows to $1,000 per month. Well, it might be time to form an LLC to separate this business from yourself to give you better expense tracking, more professionalism, and plenty of other benefits. When you form an LLC, you do have to give it a name, and that name has to be unregistered currently in the state where you're forming the entity. There's many benefits to forming an LLC for your business, but I want to cover the main ones now. First of all, you do have an added layer of legal protection in terms of separating out your business assets from your personal assets. Simply put, it's more difficult for someone to come after your personal assets in a lawsuit if they're suing your business and that business has an LLC. Second of all, forming an LLC often coincides with pursuing commercial liability insurance, and that also mitigates many risks in the process. You also have the ability to raise capital and bring on investors when you have an LLC because you now have something that is investable into, whereas prior you wouldn't be able to take on investors for your idea or business. Now, another important step that goes hand in hand with LLC formation is getting an EIN. You're going to need your LLC and this EIN in order to open up a business bank account. So both of these are very necessary steps. Now, if you use Taylor Brands for this process, they take care of the EIN for you, as you'll soon see in the walkthrough. So let's now dive into the step-by-step tutorial on forming your LLC using Taylor Brands. You're going to want to start out by clicking the top link in the description below so you can follow along step by step. From here, you're going to click on Form an LLC in the top left corner. At this point, you're going to simply choose the state where you're looking to form the legal entity, and most often this is the state for your primary residence. We're going to go ahead and choose Florida for this example, and then click on the blue Get Started button. At this point, you have to choose a name for your LLC, and like we said earlier, this can't be one that is previously registered in that given state. And the name for your LLC is a lot like the domain name for your website, meaning that it's a pretty permanent thing. You can change the name for an LLC, but it's a pretty cumbersome process, so you really want to just put a lot of thought into this and do it right once, that way you don't have to change it. But we're going to go ahead and look for Scribner Enterprises LLC and see if that's available in the state of Florida. So I'm simply going to type in the desired name as we said, and then I'm going to click on the blue check availability button. So Scribner Enterprises LLC is currently available in the state of Florida, but if it wasn't available in your case, you would just have to try different names until you found one that suited your needs and was also available in the state you're looking for. So from here, we're going to click on the blue next button, and it's now going to give us an overview of the steps we're going to be following. First, we're going to answer some simple questions about our business. After that, we're going to get specific recommendations from Taylor Brands related to our LLC. After that, we're going to form the LLC, and then stay tuned for updates on the business formation. So once again, we're going to click on the blue next button, and at this point, it is going to start asking us questions about our business. It says, what stage is Scribner Enterprises currently in? And we have just an idea, taking the first steps, about to launch, or already in business as the options. I'm going to choose already in business, and we're going to click on the blue next button. At this point, it's going to ask us some more questions about the business we're forming, and it asks, what is the industry for this business? As we said, this is real estate related, so we're going to type in real estate, and you can pretty much type in anything that you want here. We're going to go with real estate investment for this use case. And then at that point down here, what does Scribner Enterprises offer? It has physical goods, professional services. Neither of those are really a good fit. I'm just going to type in rental housing. And after that, we're going to click on the blue next button once again. It's now going to ask you if you're planning on hiring employees is in the upcoming year. In this case, we're just forming an entity for ownership of real estate or rental properties. So maybe there's no property manager, it's just a small portfolio. We're going to leave it at no and click on the blue next button. At this point, it's going to ask you where the business is operating from. And in this case, we're just going to do Jacksonville, Florida. A zip code for that is 32205. And then it's going to be asking you, where will Scribner Enterprises serve customers? So you have online, at your brick and mortar store or location, as well as on the go as the option. We're going to leave it as on the go and then click on the blue next button once again. At this point, you get a list of all of these different things that Tailor Brands can help you with in terms of getting your business off the ground. And all you have to do is select the different boxes in terms of what you actually need help with. So if you wanted a website, for example, you would select this, or insurance, for example, you would click on this box. For the case of our example, we're going to say we're looking for help with the EIN as well as logo formation and the LLC, and then we're going to click on the blue next button. Now, there's a lot of steps to getting your business off the ground, and this stage here is to help you figure out if you missed any of those steps, and also if Tailor Brands can help you with those steps potentially. I'm going to skip it for the purpose of this video, but if you're doing this yourself, you may wish to go through all of these and check off what you have done, and it will also then show you what steps you may wish to follow to get closer to having your business up and running. We're just going to click on skip for now and move on to the next step, which is going to be filling out our personal information. I'm going to fill that out privately and then click on the blue next button. So once you filled out your personal information here, we're going to once again click on the blue next button. And at this point, it's going to ask us whether or not we want help with getting the EIN. You will want to look this over yourself and consider the fee involved as well as the recommendations. I'm personally going to leave it as help me get my EIN. And then we're going to click on the blue next button once again. At this point, you have the option of assigning your registered agent, which is going to be required in the state of Florida, and it's also required in many states. You can use Tailor Brands, and again, you'd want to assess the fees for that yourself, or you can appoint a different registered agent yourself. I'm going to keep it as is, using Tailor Brands as the registered agent, and then we're going to click on the blue next button. At this point, you have an option here regarding the annual report filing in the state of Florida. You can either handle it yourself or have Tailor Brands doing this on your behalf for a fee. Once again, you'd want to assess the fee yourself and read up on this before making a decision. I'm going to leave it just the way it is and click on the blue next button once again. And the next thing it asks you about here is a branding toolkit, which is going to give you a domain. It's going to allow you to create logos as well as a website and an online store, all related to your business. So if you want to get the toolkit, you can leave it as is, or you can say, I don't want the tools. We're going to say, get the toolkit, and click on the blue next button to continue. And then you have an option here to expedite your LLC filing. So if you're in a hurry, for example, you could say expedite the filing time. In this case, we're going to say we're not in a hurry. We're going to say I can wait. And then we're going to click on next. Now, part of your LLC formation is going to be your operating agreement, and this is something that you're going to need to either put together yourself, or you can have Tailor Brands help you with that process. I'm going to have them help me out with that process, and once again, you'd want to assess that fee yourself after reading up on it, and then we're going to click on next. At this point, based on everything we've selected thus far, you're going to reach a checkout screen that's going to show you the costs as well as a recommended plan based on what it is that you are looking for. So in this case, it recommended the Elite LLC plan, and it shows us the price without the savings as well as the savings involved. And then we have the various additions that we included with our bundle. So first of all, we have the registered agent in place. We have the employer identification number. So it comes to a total here of $379, and we're going to click on the green proceed button. And at this point, you're going to choose your payment method. Now, I'm not actually going to proceed with forming this LLC just because this is for demonstration purposes only, but all you would do from here is process that payment and then wait for updates on your LLC formation, which you're going to receive via email or text or possibly a combination of both. So there you have it, guys. That's how you can take your business to the next level by forming an LLC using Taylor Brands. Beyond just LLC formation, Taylor Brands has a ton of services like business documents, licenses and permits, business bank account, trademark, website domain, and more. This is an all-around business building platform. Don't forget to start your business right now by clicking the link in the description below. Taylor Brands is one of my favorite business platforms because of just how many different things they can help aspiring entrepreneurs with. So be sure to support the channel today and use the sponsored link below. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, and I'll see you next time.